What's going on, y'all? So I have a question for you. Who would you say is the king of the strippers? Would it be the ones that Candy books? Would it be the ones that Phaedra books? Or would it be the ones that JJ books?
Candy strippers, man.
Okay,
I don't know.
Candyland Sammy, what you think?
I'm probably gonna have to give it to JJ because the crowd was having a good time and we could
Listen,
actually see it.
yes, JJ know how to get the party started. You hear me? So I'm gonna go with Candy for the strippers, but as far as like having a good time, it's a good old kickback. I'm gonna go ahead and go with JJ because JJ he got all the bells to get along, and I think that's the most important thing, something we never see. But with that being said, let's get right into our show.
So you know I got to lean in.
Yes, welcome back, people. It's time to lean on in, bitch. With episode 8 of Bell Collective, we are moving right on through this thing, aren't we?
Yep.
Is
Okay. So with that being said, we're gonna get right on into it because it's Saturday and the people got things that they need to do. Catch. So we're gonna go ahead and pick right off with Tambra Cherie. I have to say Tambra Cherie because I like saying Tambra Cherie. I just don't say Tambra. Tambra Cherie. That's a damn name. I love that name. Anyway, we pick up with Tambra Cherie storming out of the peace treaty. And before, wait a minute, y'all just let me start and don't give the people a salutations. How y'all doing? Don't read no nothing. Sammy,
that's
how
because
are you? Welcome back.
I'm great. How you doing?
Obviously, I'm all right. I guess I don't know what I'm doing. Shantae, how are you?
I'm fine. We were already vibing, so I
We
was
were vibing.
just
That's the
going with
point.
the
That's
But
what it
flow.
was.
Yeah.
it's like walking into the room and not saying good morning. It's like geez, Louise, right? What you think of the last episode? I forgot to get your thoughts. What'd you think, very quickly?
I was just glad to see Essie. I was waiting for the reunion of the century, and of course that
Essie and
scene
Marie.
gave a lot. Yes.
All right, so we pick right back up with Tambra Cherie storming out of the peace treaty, but not before Letitia stops her and admits to her that she was with Marie and apologizing for going with her, adding that she was wrong and that she really does love Tambra and nothing else matters to her going forward. Tambra leaves, and Marie says that Tambra lies so much she believed the ex, and if Tambra had come forth with this information to the collective, she would have known how to handle it. So that is Tambra Cherie versus um, Marie. What did you guys think about that, Shantae? What did you think about Tambra Cherie versus Marie?
Marie was so wrong for digging up this man from out of nowhere. I'm glad that Letitia apologized for meeting him because if the allegations are true and this man is a narcissist and a danger to Tambra, then that is not okay for them to be meeting him and giving life to him trying to maintain his connection to Tambra. And I know a lot of people online are upset about it too. I know they were calling own oppressed women's network already over the whole Scott brothers and Maurice and Martell and all of them. And Marie is not helping own beat the oppressed women network allegations by bringing this abuser back into the atmosphere where Tambra is.
Sammy?
Yeah, I'm gonna echo that. Like we said last week, I don't understand what the purpose was. And again, if it is true, like what if this is factual information that she's telling you? You're saying that she would have brought it to y'all, you would know how to handle it, but who's going to give that type of situation light on the platform that they have? So I don't know. Marie, at this point now, she's trying to like scramble to justify why she did it. There's no justification. And as far as Letitia, there's also like, I guess she may really love Tamara, but you playing foul with her, so you can't expect her to just embrace what you're trying to give at the moment.
I'm gonna go ahead and get Letitia out of the way. Letitia, I'm super disappointed that you were there. I understand, you want to get the mess, you want to get the tea, but you can't have one foot in the door and one foot out. Either you're going to lean into being messy, or you're going to completely be the peacemaker. That's why I have problems. Don't get upset when we can't. With people like Candy in the past, or like Dr. Jackie. Like I'm the peacemaker. I'm the peace. Da, da, da. You have one foot in, one foot out. Either be that or be that. Like there's no in between with mess and not mess. Either you for the mess or you not for the mess. Because if anything, you could have. I don't know what is happening,
Well,
but
he's
there we go.
right.
You need to be there
You're
for that.
right.
However, I do like that she had her grown woman panties on to the fact that where she was like, I did it, I was there, and I was wrong, and I'm sorry. Do I think Tamara should trust her? Not right now, not at the moment. I think that, you have to prove that trust again, Letitia, with Tamara Cherie. Now, in regards to Marie. Marie says that if she would have brought the information to the collective, she would have known how to um, handle the information. What I'll go you one further. Because she did not bring this to the collective at all, you shouldn't go seeking it out. It goes further to prove that you're messy and miserable like all the other girls say you are, as opposed to proving her to be a liar. Because she didn't bring it on the camera, lie about it, and the guy came to you and told you the truth. You want to sort that out, whether he brought it to you or not. You still sought it out because you wouldn't have had the meeting with them. People want to meet with people all the time about things and they don't do it. Or you could have had a meeting with all three of them. I don't know what you could have did. You could have did whatever you did. What you did was not it. And Marie, I like you, but just as Shantae says, we're not beating the oppressed women network allegations. It does not look right now to me that you're beating the miserable woman allegations because again, what is the end game? What's the point? I don't know if Tamara Cherie is lying about this because she's never spoken about it, and I don't know this man from Adam Ant. You get what I'm saying? So how do I know who's telling the truth and who's lying? Yeah, Tamara has lied about stuff in the past. Okay, but do you not like her that much that you're willing to believe this alleged abuser? Anything with alleged abuse, alleged proven guilty, and I don't want nothing to do with it. So you have to pick and choose your battles, Marie, and I don't really feel like this is a good look for you, sister. And I like Marie a lot. Everybody know I like Marie Monroe, but Marie Monroe. You look,
You know
you
what,
look.
Chase? That's also like she was saying if Tambra would have bought it, she would have known how to handle it. But that's old news. It's not something she's dealing with now. It's the same with her being investigated prior before the show for Medicare fraud. You didn't bring that to the show to show them how to handle it, so you have to understand. Like she's being a big hypocrite this season.
Y'all know I
Yeah,
don't talk
and
about. Go ahead.
no, it's true. And I also think that Marie has seen Tamra lie about little things like earlier in the season, that event where she said she invited the girls, but then she didn't really invite them, little things like that. But Tamra does not give that she plays with court. And just the fact that there was a case and a judge and all that stuff
She told the truth about
should
Akeisha.
have made Marie back off.
I wouldn't have wanted to have anything to do with it. But y'all, that was only the first 3 minutes of the show. So we got a lot of show to go. This show was jam packed. Latrice
Yeah.
wants to get into the smashing part of the peace treaty, but Letitia slows Latrice's role and says, you know, you haven't spoken with Sogucci about your issue. So Gucci says that she wants to speak about it now as well, and all of the Bells want to hear it. So there's no she said. Um, if they go to the side and don't get the real story about what happens. So Gucci starts by saying that she didn't run around town airing her grievances with Latrice, with the other ladies before speaking with her at the baby shower, and the footage showed that that was indeed a lie. Um, so Gucci spoke with Letitia, Marie, and Tamara Cherie before speaking with Treese at the event. Latrice thinks that So Gucci may have amnesia, and So Gucci assures her that she doesn't. The bottom line is, So Gucci thought that her and Treese were better than that, and they were friends, and she found out about Treese's new property on social media. Marie says that So Gucci should have made Latrice sign a non-compete because nobody is loyal. Latrice says the one thing that no one in this group can come at her for is her loyalty. And at the end of the day, she closed on the building. So Gucci says it's business 101 to pick up the phone and let someone know they're going with someone else. Latrice says so Gucci couldn't produce. And so Gucci says that's not the issue. The relationship is the issue. Both girls get heated and stand up and say that, and it's safe to say that Letitia really did lose control of yet another event. Tree says that when it comes to her money, she don't give a F about the next B and F, so Gucci's integrity. So Gucci said that Latrice feel, she doesn't feel like Latrice cares because it's Cliff money anyway. I said, oh. So Gucci got a mouth on her, y'all. So let me finish. So I was just like, oh, Gucci. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. So Tree says at this point, it's F a friend and any B that has an issue with her. So Gucci warns Treese that she will flip her and the table over. And Treese asks, you gonna do to me what Selena did to you? Oh, girl, they were gagging each other down to the table. I just was like, oh, oh, oh. I could not. It was so good. So Gucci says, yeah, like she's doing Latrice, like she's doing your husband Cliff, sucking on his D right now. Treese says one thing about it, baby. If she's doing it, then they doing it together. Marie almost fell out her damn seat because it's another lesbian in the group, bitch. She was happy about it, okay? Baby, this damn show. So Latrice says, so Gucci and JJ wish they were Latrice and Cliff. Latrice feels that at this point, so Gucci is jealous because she's younger, hotter, and more popular. Letitia finally gets control of the ladies and gets them to calm down and explains each one of the ladies' side to one another. She asks, can we both agree and move on? So Gucci says, you know, I'm okay with agreeing, but Latrice doesn't respond at all. Letitia wants her and Aikisha to agree on whatever they need to agree to, but she at this point she had forgotten what the hell that issue was because Teresa saw Gucci had rocked that boat so bad, baby. And Aikisha just like, yeah, girl, I agree. Immediately after that, Aikisha says this is another event that she's going to thrown by Letitia where she's unoppressed. So that I guess automatically unravels it. And you know Letitia's going to confront her about that at the reunion. Maria agrees to stand on her shit. And at the end of the day, and then they go ahead and begin smashing their anger away, and we move on with the rest of the episode. Y'all, that was 8 minutes into the episode. All that was 8 minutes. Like I was like, oh my god, okay, let me go back. Okay, I missed some stuff, but I think I got the meat and the potatoes. I think that Latrice's response, she really does feel Pete don't know about those ladies, and she's tired of it. However, she conveniently continues to miss the issue that So Gucci has. And so Gucci conveniently slips into shade when she feels like her issues are being dismissed. So if I feel like if So Gucci was to stick to, no, girl, you was my friend. All you need to do was call me. I wouldn't have a problem. I wouldn't have nothing to tell these girls. And Latrice just be like, okay, I hear you. We can move forward or whatever. From now on, you know what I'm saying? If we ever do business with any friend or anybody, I'll just go ahead and give them a heads up and change plans change and I need to pivot. However, baby, all these salacious allegations that were being thrown, I'm gonna leave it to the people. Shantae, I ask you, what's going on? What's the tea?
What's going on is that peace treaty meeting was an overall flop. And when, Latrice and Gucci got into it, it was just crossing the line on both sides. I thought that Gucci's mouth being slick came through the most to me, especially when she brought up, uh, Selena putting her mouth on Clifford and all that stuff like that. But I thought Latrice did a good job of backing her off of her marriage. But I feel like she kind of low-key admitted to doing threesomes with Selena, like Aikisha was saying. But overall, they moved past it and smashed the items in the smash or whatever was the activity. But it was a flop. The only scene that I thought gave hope for reconciliation and like a real moving on of the friendship was with Letitia and Tambra, because I think Letitia's apology was real. I think Tambra was hurt, but she received it. But Gucci and Latrice, they crossed the line with each other. And of course, we know Marie crossed a big line with Tambra. So overall, the peace treaty was a flop to me.
Yeah, it was no reason for them to even go into the smash room because they'd already ripped each other up with the words. They smashed the hell out of each other. I would say, So Gucci, I mean, she seems like she's professional. She didn't do the non-competition agreement or whatever it's called with Latrice because she felt like that was her friend. Latrice, you have every right to work with whoever you want to work with, but So Gucci being your friend, you should have gave her some type of heads up that I'm going elsewhere. it sounds like if you think about from the conversation that Cliff was having with Glenn and JJ, Latrice, she's reiterating that it's business. It doesn't matter. It's my money because that's what Cliff was telling JJ. Like it's business. Ain't no friends in business and whatever else he was saying that you couldn't really understand. But I do think that she's echoing her husband, and at this point, she doesn't feel like she did anything wrong. And if she does, she is showing it in a very real way. But she don't feel like she did anything wrong. And the thing she was saying, it was just like, damn, girl, so do you want to reconcile or do you want to fight?
Like
So
what?
it didn't seem like there was like a friendship there.
I was so confused when people are saying that she's taking her frustration out with Cliff on the ladies. In that scene, I felt that. You know what I mean? Like I really did feel that because I really feel like she wanted to whip Cliff ass. I really do.
And she went from giving it to some Gucci to, fuck all of y'all. So it was
Maybe
just
I
like,
was like,
damn,
what?
girl, what we do?
Maybe Marie.
Well, in
Marie was
her
like, okay,
defense,
I take that. I take that. All right, I understand. But like,
well,
Aikisha's done nothing to Latrice. Letitia's done nothing but there to Latrice. You know what I mean? So I was confused at how they got sprayed in the mess. Marie, she deserved it. But you know what I mean? I just didn't understand that. We're
wait,
gonna
in
move right along.
Latrice's defense, though, they did kind of gang up on her because remember when the event started, um, Letitia was saying that she doesn't like when too many people are all hyping each other up. So she had the separate tables, and they were supposed to talk one on one, and everybody else got to talk one on one, right? At least Marie and Tamra did, right? But then all of a sudden with Latrice, everyone was like, no, 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 what you did affected us all, and turned into kind of a gang up thing. So I do think Latrice did feel like she was, being targeted or treated unfairly because it was supposed to be a one-on-one conversation, remember?
I can see how she would feel treated unfairly and not getting what everyone else got. I'm big on gang up, Sammy. You know how I am. I'll point that out in a minute. But I don't feel like that was a gang up because for the most part, outside of Marie piping in for them 5 seconds, what we saw, it appeared that everybody kind of still kind of stayed out of it to a degree. And if they did, it wasn't really to escalate the situation. I think Marie can't help herself, but I
So
think for the most part, they were just doing it to keep everybody honest. Because if they didn't, when Soguchi, I hate to say lied, but when Soguchi forgot, did misremembered or lied or whatever you want to call it about her going straight to Latrice, that would have gone unchecked. You get what I'm saying? And then Latrice that would have set things off. You know what I mean? Because she did not do that. And so, whatever. I don't know. I don't really feel
but
like she was ganged up, but I can see how she may have felt treated unfairly because she did not get the same courtesy everyone else got it with a one-on-one. But at this point, we saw the last one-on-one between them when Latrice was very dismissive and told her she didn't babysit other bitches' feelings. So maybe they did need to be there so it could be a fair fight. I guess I don't know. All right, moving on. Aikisha invites Maria and Soguchi over to see her new home. So Gucci was working with Aikisha, but Aikisha ended up finding a home with a different realtor. The difference is she was up front with Soguchi as opposed to Latrice. Maria arrives and says that she wasn't bullying Tambra Cherie. It's the first thing she said, hey, y'all, how y'all doing? Now, I wasn't bullying no Tambra Cherie now. 9 times out of 10, when you got to get it out like that, um, and that she didn't go out seeking that information. Keisha says regarding Latrice and Soguchi that all Latrice needed to do was apologize about how she handled business with friends and also thinks that there's something going on in Latrice's household that she's withholding from the Bells. So Gucci has invited all of the Bells to some Gucci soiree for her birthday, and she says they just want to have fun. They invited all of the Bells, including Latrice. Let your hair down. We're gonna deal with our issues on Sunday, but on Saturday night we're gonna ball. And you know what? I love spirit like that. I really do. That is what is missing in a lot of these reality shows. Listen, I don't like you, or we finna have this party. If you want to come and you're gonna be nice and party, you can come. If not, stay your ass home. But at least the invitation was extended, and we'll get into what everybody brings to the party later. But I think that the party, since it was being thrown with JJ, and he really don't get into it with the women, I think that it had good intentions. However, I did want to say that so Bucci doesn't seem like she's a great realtor. This is the second person within the group, at least, that is going to go outside. I do appreciate Aikisha for handling business the mature way. I just don't understand why Aikisha. I guess maybe Aikisha don't want to embarrass her Gucci, but why Aikisha can't say, "Hey, hey, Latrice, I was using Gucci too, but I came across another property. I let her know I was going with somebody so she wouldn't feel blindsided. And me and her are still cool to this day. So hopefully that helps. Why she couldn't use her situation as a guide for Latrice to understand what the hell Latrice did wrong. I don't understand. Maybe they're trying to protect So Gucci because it seemed like she got on the show by hook or by crook. I don't know. But it's what it's given at this point. What do you guys think very quickly about this?
Um, very quickly, I don't know what's going on with Sophia and her career, but Akeisha, she made the comment that she initially was saying, Latrice should have been better with the way she handled it. She could have came in there and apologized, and then she says, but she may be taking it out on us because there's something going on in her home. She's already privy to that because of Josh, so you know that there's something going on in the home. So for you to say she should have been better because possibly this, it's like it feels a little messy because you know the girl's having issues at home, but yet you telling the group, well, I don't know what's going on. It's probably this. And she should have came in there and apologized, but you already know that she got some stuff going on at home. You could have maybe, well, I guess not bring it out in front of the girls at the peace treaty, but you could have probably told them there. I mean, you already speaking on it. She got some things going on, so maybe it has something to do with that. I'm not saying it would have justified how she behaved, but it probably would have gave them a little bit more insight as far as it's not really us, it's back home. But she sat there and she kind of played like, well, she could have been better. But this girl is dealing with that asshole back at the house. So I didn't too much care for that. And it also felt like the dance the teacher's doing. Like, are you trying to, cap for the trees, or are you trying to throw her down and kick her with everybody else? So I didn't get what the purpose of mentioning that was when you know for a fact, based on what Joshie told you, that there's issues going on at home.
Yeah, I agree. And I also agree with what Chase was saying earlier too, that so Gucci inviting Latrice to the birthday party was a big deal and a positive thing just for the show because I don't like it in places like Potomac, where they have these cliques and they exclude people because it takes away from one, the potential to resolve conflict, but also the fun, of them bonding and hanging out. So I'm glad that Suguchi did decide to invite Latrice to the birthday party. And yeah, I do have questions about Toguchi's real estate situations since Aikisha also had to work with other realtors too, but I just don't know enough to comment as well. So,
Yeah. I'm
I,
not sure
I
about her business acumen. It seems like she's just excited to be on TV.
Yeah, I do have something else to say in regards to inviting everybody. Like I know, like in the housewives land, we see that they'll get an invitation, and then they won't come. But I'm not a fan of if I'm going to invite you, and I know we having issues, but I'm inviting you to my event. We're not going to mess up my stuff. So I don't want to come in there and set the tone for you to be pissed off. Like I didn't like it back when in Atlanta when Candy had whatever she had, and they got on the mic and started tossing shade at Kim and Portia. It was tacky. So in this instance, when you invite them into your home, but you make all these drinks for everybody, but then Latrice's is some cater to a witch. You got JJ making jokes about you'll catch a spell. Like she could take that
Okay, I
wrong and
missed
have
it. So that drink was about the
yeah,
trees,
I forgot what it was called. Something about a brewing
the
witch or
witch's
something,
brew.
something like that. But like now she gets over here, she sees her drink, and now she's offended. And then here we go with the bullshit. And
Invited to shade her. Don't invite me to shade me.
yeah,
true.
so yeah, if you
Well,
gonna
I
invite her,
missed
be
that,
cool with it.
but we're gonna get into it. Speaking of Latrice, she meets with Tambra Cherie. I got to say Tambra Cherie because her name is Tambra Cherie. When Tambra Cherie, her voice anyway. Who she knows, y'all know I love you some Tambra Cherie. Who she knows has been exiled from the collective. But I hate to go ahead and stop my recap to get this in. Latrice, you were instrumental in exiling her last season with the collective. Okay, anyway, all right. So Latrice meets with Tambra Cherie, who has been exiled from the collective, and Latrice fills Tambra in on the treaty since she left early. Tambra says that there was no sisterhood, and you have to come with strong facts when calling someone a liar. She has a habit of thinking people are in her corner when they really aren't, and is disappointed in both Marie and Letitia. She is baffled because Marie has supported her in all of her endeavors, and Latrice then runs down what happened with her and Sogucci. And Tamara asks, catch this, dirt. I feel like this was something pivotal. Tamara asks Latrice, why are we a part of a collective that takes them out of their character? And I said, uh-oh, there go the cracks. It's starting to show. We're about to get a split, y'all. Something gonna happen. Tree says that with these ladies, at the end of the day, if they're breathing, honey, don't trust them. So very quickly, do you think that we're about to get a cast split, a group divide going on? What do you think?
We said it last on the last recap. That's exactly what's going to happen. Based on how that the peace treaty was going, we didn't know how it was going to end, but we said looking at it, this was about to happen, and it's about to happen.
You know what's so
Oh
crazy
yeah.
though is, I'm sorry, Shantae. What's crazy is the way that the group is aligned. It looked like it's gonna be because at first I thought Latrice would play the middle, not Latrice, but Letitia. But after what we seen going to happen next week, I don't even think that might be possible at this point. I think it's going to be Letitia, Marie, Sobuchi, and Aikisha, which is the weirdest group, against Tambra, Cherie, and Latrice, unless they get a friend. At one point, I thought it would have been Selena, but the way that the other side is given, I don't think that they want to film with Selena. So I don't really think that there's a pathway for Selena into the group. Unfortunately for her, I guess. So they'll
I
end up having to add another Belle or something. I don't know, Shantae. What do you think?
I think it would be good if they do add Selena because that'll balance out the feud because it's definitely given the talls versus the smalls, with Tambra Cherie and Latrice on one side and all the other bells on the other side. So it would balance it out if they did bring Selena on. Carlos King did interview Selena, and she has a huge fan base. So I think it would be good for the show if she were to come on, because then it would give the feud a little more life.
I don't know
But
about that.
at the end of the day, yes, they were calling her an intruder. Remember at the last meeting, so there's definitely a sense that most of the girls don't want to film with Selena, but I think she would be good for the show. That's
I
my
felt
opinion.
like she would have been before she got in before that fight got as nasty as it got.
Mm.
Sammy.
you said that the other girls don't want to film with her. This is gonna be a lick back because Tamara didn't want to film with Akeisha, but Latrice and Letitia went ahead and said we're gonna bring her in anyway. Tamara and Latrice, we know Latrice will go against the grain. They definitely finna try to get that girl over here.
Well, this is not Bravo.
Ooh.
And, if it was the Housewives, there would be no way for Selena on the show. It wouldn't have happened.
Carlos like
Go ahead.
Carlos like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Absolutely, bring Selena in there.
I'd be down. I'd be fighting every episode. It wouldn't be no way. It would be no way. It would be no way you bring my ex-wife who beat my ass on camera onto the show next season. Everybody gets fought every time I see them. We fighting it. Matter of fact, don't even speak. Hey, girl.
It's on site. Okay.
Hold it.
Cause what? No, ma'am. But okay. Anyway, Maria's with her mother, who is back in Marie's home after almost losing her life through drugs. She needed blood transfusions, meaning multiple, but unless that's just the Jackson, twang that they added a little S on certain things. So, but it sounded like to me she needed more than one. Blood transfusions and is happy to be alive. She says that her health scare has made her want to quit drugs altogether. Marie's mom said that if she hadn't been on drugs as bad as she was, Marie would have made nothing out of her life. However, she says as of this day, she's done with drugs and it is no longer worth her life. I kept the recap very brief, short, and abbreviated because that scene is just too much for me personally. I don't like, I can't. I appreciate Marie for bearing her story. I'm not slighting her story. I'm not going to say anything negative about her story. I feel shade. It's just so gritty and so raw and so real that I have a tough time watching it, if that makes sense. But if you guys have anything you want to say about it, by all means, please do. And I really do hope that this is the start of a new leaf for Marie's mom because, if anything, Zuri looks like she really wants it to happen as well. So, but Zuri can want it, Marie can want it, but her mom's got to want it more. So I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't want to really talk about it.
Like you said, I applaud Marie for showing that. I didn't like that they had Zuri there listening to it. I didn't like that. I didn't like the remark that if I wasn't on drugs, she wouldn't have made something for herself. Like, quit trying to clap yourself on the back for your bad habit. It's like Marie was trying not to be like you. She wanted success because you were the complete opposite. So I don't agree with that whole, I wasn't down bad. She wouldn't be who she was. You don't get a high five for, you know, the things that you did and how you neglected your children. But I mean, I hope she gets better.
Yeah,
I hope
like
this really was the scare that she needed.
Yeah. And I also felt like this scene was a lot. I just hope Marie gets herself to an Al Anon meeting because there are support groups for people that are dealing with people who are struggling with addiction. So Marie should go to one of those groups and she needs to encourage her mom and love her, but she has to make sure it's from a safe emotional distance because loving someone who's struggling with addiction is rough. It's a big roller coaster. So I just pray for her, pray for the whole family, you know.
yeah, that's the thing, but I don't know how that's gonna work, Shantae. Lady in our house now, so I don't know. I wish them all the best involved, everyone involved. So Gucci is cooking breakfast for JJ and tells him what happened at the peace treaty and says that Latrice damn it stood up and said, I don't owe nobody no loyalty. And that's me and you want to be just like Latrice and Cliff damn near choked on that stiff egg and bacon. JJ says that that probably was just Cliff talking, as you said earlier, Sammy. And JJ says that Cliff is so normally is so drunk all the time that you can't really understand what he's damn dog darn it saying, and that she's mad and she always takes it out on the bells. One thing about that Cliff, he is very perceptive and he got his eye on the prize. I would venture to wonder to think what he could do provided that Sobuchi starts telling him everything that happened as opposed to what she wanted him to know. Anyway, yes. So Sobuchi's birthday is coming up, and JJ wants to throw her a party. She'll never forget since she's been through so much drama. There's going to be 99 problems in life, but a Belle won't be one. I said, I know that's right, JJ. Got dog on it. God darn it. JJ's mother then comes down, and she's talking like this, and she says, you guys need to get a schedule and let me know what time it is for breakfast so my food won't be cold, God darn it. And where's my damn cup? And I said, oh, that's the boss. That's the boss of the damn house. What do you guys think of that? I love So Gucci and JJ scenes. I really do. I'm sorry. I see what I got here. I love So Gucci and JJ scenes. And now the mama with her Julia Child's voice. Is that her name, Julia Child? And first you hold the turkey, and it just seemed too much for me. They're funny. I didn't get a great recap on that because we had more pressing matters to worry about at the time, like my breakfast. I didn't want to burn it, and also the rest of the show, which is a humdinger, of course. What you guys think of it?
Cliff's meeting, what's her name? Lola, or what's her name? Ola, whatever her name, Oral. She makes JJ make sense, if I can say that. JJ is very insightful. I do agree with you. Like, if he knew what was going on, how he would move. When I initially started watching, I thought he was going to annoy the hell out of me.
Me
But
too.
I'm enjoying how he's like, he on Cliff ass about that whole Soguchi and Latrice thing. So it's I don't want the husbands to get too involved, but I'm enjoying it so far.
I, I I've never looked forward to a husband confrontation on
Right.
any of the shows ever. But I'm ready for this confrontation at the reunion because it's gonna happen, and it's not gonna be nice. JJ's had a wild hair up his ass for Cliff since it was exposed that Selena slept with him. Since it was exposed that Cliff knocked Selena down back in the day. He's been wanting a piece of that JJ. Excuse me, he's been wanting a piece of that Cliff, and now he actually got a reason because I do feel like he has a valid reason. And I appreciate that too. He didn't make that an issue, even though it bothered him. Of course, he didn't make that an issue with the Selena thing, but this is an issue and it needs to be addressed and it's going to be handled. And I cannot wait. Shantae?
Yes, I'm looking forward to JJ versus Cliff. It's gonna be epic. JJ is such a light kind of energy, and he gives the show a very nice feel. I know he loves Soguchi down. It's very cute to see them together. And I think the mom is gonna give them both a run for their money. It's very funny seeing how she's just giving them hell a little bit. So I want to see more.
She said, "And where's my cup, bitch? I ain't gonna lie. Where's my sister cup?" All right, you guys. Maria's at the office, reunited, and it feels so good with Essie. That is Shantae's favorite lesbian couple, allegedly. And they talk about Marie's mom. Marie is happy that her mom is in the home with her because she needs her mom. Essie says that Marie does not want to imagine life without her mom because hers is gone and she misses her every day. Essie says her mom was diagnosed with cancer and a month later she was gone. Essie encourages Marie to never be done with her mother and always support her and be there for her. And I just was like, golly. Marie said that she loves Essie because Essie keeps it real with her and she keeps her accountable. And I can see that. Um, what better way for a partner to, excuse me, a friend to be there with you. Okay. What better way than a friend? Y'all go ahead.
Her
They
sister
are
looking out. What
soulmates.
better way to have your sister there than to just keep it real with you?
Sister soulmate. Whatever they work. Marie is herself around Essie. I always love their scenes. And it makes me see Marie in a different light because, again, I think she was dead wrong, dead wrong for what she did with Tamra Cherie. But when she's around Essie, she gets grounded again. And Essie was speaking facts when she was reminding her, that life is short. You gotta cherish, the people around you. And Essie was crying, Marie was crying. They were trying to make me cry.
I almost there
So
crying. I was
that
like,
scene
well, that's
was
what to be at.
magic. Yes.
Because I don't play about my mama, so.
Mhm.
Yeah, they and Marisha, if anyone, should be giving Latrice some type of grace because she's dealing with some stuff outside of the collective. It should be Marie.
Well, if Marie dropped that wall down around some of the girls in the collective and actually really got to know the ladies after 3 years now, you know what I mean? I think that she would get, what she needs from those ladies and get answers and be able to have reprieve with them and all of those things. Like, I actually think that her and Latrice would get along really well if she stopped being so mad with Latrice. You know what I mean? Um, I'm going to say this, and I don't really give a damn. I got to say it because it's how I feel. I would love to go in Jackson, Mississippi. I would love to go to Jackson, Mississippi, to a lesbian bar with Essie and Marie, because I just know it'll be fun. I know they're gonna be fun. I know they're gonna be playing slow rolling. I can just see it now. I can see the scene now. All three of us with our finger wave slims on. You know what I'm saying? I think we have a good old time. Two roll on down to the bar.
I'll
If
have to
they
get
were
my brown
lesbians, but they are
gel.
not. All right. Finally, it's time for Sub Gucci's party, and they've rented out a mansion to celebrate. Let the good times roll, honey. Yes. Everyone is arriving, and Leticia and Marie hit the room. Tambor, baby, that's what we had. Tambor Cherie immediately exits to the left of her water. Oh, no, baby, I'm not doing that tonight. Glenn is not there, but Leticia says that they've grown closer since Grandma's passing. And if he were in town, he would definitely be there because they are like this at this moment. Aikisha and Soguchi speak with Latrice's former employee and friend, Josh or Joshi. And Aikisha tells Josh that Latrice said that he was not Aikisha's friend. Aikisha says that she isn't going to fight Josh's battles, but she does not like how Josh is treated by them. I must admit, I know Sammy feels a type of way about this, but I got to say, Sammy, even though he is blunt, he has horrible timing, and that means that if you're blunt and have horrible timing, that most likely you're inconsiderate to anyone else's feelings at the sake of your own. He ain't lying, he ain't wrong, he right. He was spot on about what he said about them, and I don't like the way they treat him either. I think that you do need to have a level of grace and gratefulness to be out of a situation and into a better situation. But I mean, at what cost? Like, how dirty is the water? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I guess it wasn't that dirty because he couldn't keep his mouth shut, right?
Listen, I can't battle for him like how he's being treated. You can feel your way. It could be facts. Maybe you have that conversation with your friend. You don't come straight up in the living room, but she's speaking to her husband in their home and just be downright disrespectful. How do you expect to be treated? How do you expect to be treated from that? Like, you could have had that conversation with Latrice, and then you take it outside of our home, and now you're going and telling it to your homegirls while you're doing her makeup. How do you expect to be treated?
Yeah, I agree. And I think that Aisha's not being fair to Latrice. I don't know if it's because of the overall beef, but remember, Latrice had accepted Josh into her home. Like, they were looking out for him during the water crisis. So they have been overall there for him and treating him well. So, yes, they had a falling out, but Josh did kind of cross the line with Cliff. As much as we don't agree, or I don't agree with how Cliff treats Latrice,
Oh, he definitely
you're
crossed the
a
line.
guest in his home. You
Yeah.
know, there's only so much disrespect that any host would take from a guest, So I feel like Aisha's a little biased right now, unless, she's taking more offense about what Latrice was saying about how they're not friends because he's her stylist. Maybe that's something that rubs her the wrong way. But overall, Latrice has been there for Josh. And Josh did cross the line. So
Yeah, and
I'm not feeling
taking
like Keisha on that.
taking it back to Akeisha again, mentioning that there may be problems at home. Are you going to give Latrice grace or not?
All right, you guys. JJ has a surprise for Sir Gucci, God darn it. And it's one of that all the bells and myself, except for Aisha, can appreciate. Aisha is like a wet blanket. Anyway, a stripper with a 15-inch penis.
Move over, Bolo.
I'm still going with Bolo for Bolo fine.
Yeah,
But
I
he
don't
can't do
remember
nothing
what
with
this
me with
stripper
that.
look like.
Bolo get the moving close to me, I get screaming, ah! Ah, hurt. It hurt. Get from
Dude,
back.
does
Get from back.
Ridiculous have to move over too? Remember the infamous Ridiculous?
He gonna have to move over because that face was
But
very much hit. He was hit in the face. And ain't no way in the hell you're gonna come with me with that big old long shaboinka and your face hit like that. Oh, you mean I got to suffer twice? Absolutely not. Now one person who wasn't suffering was that damn Marie. Marie had a ball, baby. Do you hear me? I know that's right. Marie was twerking all up and down that damn people mansion, okay? Letitia and Cliff are talking about the strippers' size, and Cliff says it may be fake. I don't know. You should go over there and try it out. And then Letitia say, "Well, we got Marie for that." And then Cliff, that was fake. And then Cliff encourages Letitia to tip the stripper down there. So yes, I did skip over some things like the drinks. We'll get into that. We want to get right into the meat and potatoes of the episode. Um, he encourages Letitia to tip the stripper down there. Down where? There. And
Downtown.
downtown, yes. And then the party continues. Marie twerks some more. And Letitia realizes that she has 1,000 nasty messages from that old Glenn. Cliff told Glenn about the stripper, and Glenn is pissed. He says, "Don't disrespect his name." And Letitia is a married woman, and she needs to never forget it. Letitia, on the other hand, is not going for it. She reminds him that she's a grown ass woman, and he never needs to forget that. Okay, he cannot handle her the way that Cliff handles Latrice, as Cliff treats Latrice like a 5-year-old child. So Glenn should stop listening to Cliff. Don't ever get it twisted because she's not that. So let's get right into it, you guys. Akeisha boring. We're gonna get that out of the way. Bye. Go home, Akeisha. Um, Cliff is messy, messy boots. You encourage the girl to indulge in the stripper. She indulges in the stripper. She doesn't even really indulge in the stripper. She gives him his wage. She gives the stripper his wages, and she goes on about her night. And you immediately go behind her back and call her estranged husband, because that is not, they are not together right now. So we know her estranged husband, and tells him that she was, really enjoying the stripper. Maybe he made a mistake and got Letitia and Marie confused, because Marie, God damn it, Marie know how to ball. And that's why I said I want to go down to the ball with Marie. Marie know how to ball, goddamn. Anyway, that is so foul and so messy. And then Glenn calling, acting like he is just super husband number one, and how dare you do this to me when you do it to her all the time. At this point, we need to get you a flip phone, baby. You don't need to have no phone with no internet capabilities, because you don't know how to fucking act. And you got the nerve to be tripping on her about some old stripper who thing longer than the fire hose. You don't want that man. And I at this point know why she want you, Glenn. I like Glenn a lot, but not for the damn Tisha. Go with another bitch who wanna deal with that. If Letitia says she don't like that, leave her alone. If you don't want me, don't talk to me. That's the realest song I've ever heard in my life. If you don't want me, don't talk to me. And if a person tell you, if you want me, these are the things that I need to prove that you want me, and you keep doing the exact opposite, you don't want them. So then don't talk to them.
Preach.
Leave her alone.
Yes.
I'm sick of the bullshit, Glenn. Now, Letitia. See, this is what being Switzerland get you, because I be Switzerland in one friend group. I am Switzerland. I be Switzerland. Can you believe that one? Listen, don't ask me. Listen, hey, I don't listen. And my homegirls are tired of me being Switzerland, and this is what showed me what Switzerland gets you, because Letitia definitely has thoughts. Letitia definitely has opinions. She keep her mouth shut. She don't say nothing. And then when it comes out like that, it sounds like you running the damn people down. Like, damn, are you the girlfriend? Because that's what you really think of her relationship. You ain't damn wrong, but I'm pretty sure Latrice will be hurt to know that, because you're supposed to be friends. And when she's asking you for solid advice, and you know she looks to you for concrete advice and some help, you're not giving it to her. You're giving her, well, I don't know, blah, 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 blah. Well, girl, just come on to the peace treaty. Well, come on to my brunch. Is this your friend or is this a customer? I ask you. I got mad. I'm sorry, but I don't like that bullshit, Glenn. You better get your grip. Glenn don't even have to do nothing to get his woman back. That's what that be making me damn mad. You ain't even got to do all that. Get your woman back if you want her, but you don't damn want her. Make me damn. Show is over. Good night.
For this scene, you're absolutely right, Chase. I agree with what you're saying, but the men were more the problem to me, because we all know how controlling Cliff is. And I think 100% Cliff was feeling a type of way about the male strippers being around his woman, right? And he put the battery in Glenn's back to harass Letitia. And Letitia just needs to let Glenn go. If Glenn's going to be taking husband notes from Cliff on top of cheating and whatnot, no. The men were the problem to me in this scene, period.
So, one, Marie, because Marie had been twerking the whole episode. Remember, if you remember earlier at the Peace Treaty, she twerked on to the shake room. She was twerking. Those are the things that make her enjoyable outside of her chaos. I love that. I found it, first off, it was hilarious when Letitia was saying she in the message and she hunched over like she thanked Glenn for the walk through the door again, reading the text message like she nervous as hell. But for Cliff to have had such an issue with the way Joshua was speaking and interrupting his relationship, for you to take your ass and text that man doing basically the exact same damn thing, and then you lying to the girl at that, like, what was your purpose? And you told her to go interact with the stripper. And the way Cliff was looking, was it because you couldn't? Like, I didn't get what
Cliff was like he wanted to hop on it. I hate to say.
And Glenn, you FaceTiming and doing all that huffing and puffing while you probably got a bitch somewhere sitting in the hotel room waiting for you to get back after you get off the phone. Let it go. I'm glad Letitia hopped on his ass and let him know that this ain't it. But if it's like Cliff is trying to make Glenn put like a rein on Letitia like he got on Latrice. And it's not going to work like that. Especially even if there was a chance, now it's not it, Glenn. Like you barely got one foot in the damn door. And you finna listen to Cliff's stupid ass when he finna get put out the damn door. So I just, that Glenn and Cliff, annoyed the hell out of me.
She let
But
him know she
that
was
also
not the
goes
one
to
other
show
two.
why JJ got that stripper when So Gucci told him that she said we want to be Cliff and Latrice. Cliff is insecure. JJ was bringing that stripper to say, hey, look, my woman can have a good time and I'm not going to feel no type of way about it. And that right there, what he did with Glenn, just proved JJ's point.
Yep.
But guess what? You know, let's talk about this. Whether they think long or not, right? It ain't about all that. They know they got what they got going on to please their woman, and their woman is happy emotionally, financially. What they happy that she's like. So Gucci is a very happy woman in her love life, very secure and confident. So you know when y'all saying whether you got this and you insecure got this, it like it don't really matter at the end of the day when nobody got going on in their bedroom. So Gucci happy. So I guess we can go ahead and put that to rest. She definitely don't want Cliff. She definitely don't want you trees. Like these girls off the chain. I'm sorry. This show, these girls, this group is off the chain. I love every bit of it. I actually don't have somebody that I dislike within the group the most. Like as far as like, oh, I hate them. I can never like, ugh, I can never deal with them. I deal with them all in varying levels. Like Tampa Cherie be lying, but I love me some Tampa Cherie. Marie, miserable and messy. Peter and don't totter don't be in the bullet, but I love me some Marie. Latrice, she's definitely an undercover snake, but I love me some Latrice. I was glad to see her pipe up a little bit because she need to let them girls know I'm wrong, but I'm about that action. She did need to let them know I ain't no punk because I really feel like they were trying for a punk at one point. They was. They thought she was a punk. Letitia, I love Letitia. She got to tighten up, but I do love how she was no longer playing. I feel like this is the first time I felt like she was serious with Glenn. Out of all of the times and all the things that's happened, I felt like she had to let him know, like, I play about a lot of stuff. I let you get away with a lot of stuff, but what you're not going to do is try me like I can't have my fun, like I'm not no grown woman. Please don't come at me like that, because I feel like that is the quickest way to get Letitia to get out that door if he continues to act in that regard to her. You know what I mean? Because some of that stuff, even though it was a little weird, creepy, and it was still a little romantic, like that he was still checking on her, seeing about her, very adamant that he wanted to be with her. But now you telling her what to do, when to come, and how to go? No, ma'am. And I like that. Any final thoughts before we move on? I'm ready for next week, baby. God darn it. Because I got to see what Tisha tell Cliff, because he needs to know.
That's
He
what I'm
needs
looking
to know
for.
he was dead wrong for that.
That's what
Yes,
I'm looking
Cliff
for.
needs to be stopped. Sorry.
No, you're good. But I'm looking for. I hope she check him good. If he don't get it, then go on and take it to Latrice so she can take it back to him. But make sure you get your message out, Letitia.
Right. Get your at least you said what you had today. I'm saying.
Yes.
With that being said, I want to thank you guys for joining us. Shantae, thank you so much for coming back. You know, we love to have you. The newest face, the newest Belle of the Lean, as I like to call her. Sammy, you've earned your vacation. 2 in a row. Thank you. And Shantae, I'll see you next week. I don't get a
Yes.
vacation, but I'll be here next week. And Aisha will be here with us. Other than that, I want to thank everybody for tuning in, rocking with the last two Belle videos. The Lunch and Lean was highly successful. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the Lunch and Lean. Every week we'll have a different guest co-host, so just tune in with me on that. We got the Real Housewives of Atlanta on Mondays. Now we're going to have the Real Housewives of New York on Tuesdays. Love and Hip
Yes.
Hop Atlanta, the Belle Collective, the Lunch and Lean. You're going to be on New York, right, Shantae?
Yes, New York. I'm from Brooklyn. I gotta be on that.
You from Brooklyn? Okay, okay.
Yes.
So you might know one of the new housewives. Anyway, with that being said, I want to thank you guys for tuning in, rocking with us. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we're going to bid you all adieu from Jackson to you.